Make the words of God an integral part of your life. Que la parole de Dieu soit une partie intégrale de ta vie.
After me, Lord Jesus, I am a sinner. Come into my life. Wash me with your precious blood. My Redeemer, my Savior. Take control over my life. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. You're welcome to the family of God. Are you French or English? You are English. I call you because you are lonely. When they say mama, you are so worried. You are lonely. What is happening? When they call the word mama, you are so worried. You are alone. Why? Why do you make yourself to be alone? Where's your mom? Talk louder. You are so lonely. When they call the word mother, your heart makes like this. Because you are alone. I want to see you. Take it easy. Okay.
So, the following week, Mrs. Mildred came to the church as the man of God demanded. Listen to.
My name is Mildred. I'm from Wu.
Can you tell us, how did you manage to find yourself? Where do you stay?
I stay at Esenge.
You stay at Esenge. Who do you stay with?
I stay alone.
You stay alone. Who brought you here?
It's my neighbor.
Talk louder. We're not
It's
hearing
my
you.
neighbor.
It's your neighbor. Can I see your neighbor? Where's the neighbor? Where's the neighbor who brought her? Yes. Hallelujah. Yes. So that's your neighbor. You're welcome, madam.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, who is this lady to you?
I know her in the quarter.
Okay, you know her in the quarter.
Yes, man of God.
Yes. She is a neighbor to you.
Not actually a neighbor to me. One of my neighbors brought her to me.
Okay, one of your neighbors brought her to you.
Yes.
Why? Why did they bring her to you?
She was let's just say a teller in that compound. She told the neighbor that she's having problems. Then she explained what she was going through to the neighbor. So when the neighbor heard all what you explained to her, the neighbor told her that the only help that you can give her is to bring her to me, because she know that I'm more senior than the neighbor. So she brought her to me and explained what she was going through to me. So what I told her is that the only help that I can also give her is to take her to my church. She can be lucky to be located by the man of God. So that's why I brought her here. And luckily that day she was located by the man of God.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, let's go back to her. Now, can you tell us, what is happening? What problem did you have?
The problem that was happening is that last year I was selling granules. I met a man. Because I was a student. You
were selling granules. Where?
I was selling granules in the poor.
In the poor?
Yes. So
poor dweller here?
Yes.
Yes?
So I met a man there, and the man proposed to marry me. Then I asked the man to wait because I don't know what I can say. That is the way that you can ask my auntie. So I asked my auntie. He said, let me think about it. If I know I like the man, I should accept.
And what were you doing?
I was selling granules.
You were a businesswoman?
Yes.
And you were going to school?
Yes.
Because I've had school too?
It was during holidays.
Okay, it was during holidays?
Yes.
Okay.
So
what level have you in education in the first place?
I was going to Form 4.
You were going to Form 4. Yes. And you were living here in Douala with your auntie?
I came for holidays.
Okay, you were living in whom?
I was living in Wu.
That's what I'm saying. You were living in Wu, then you came for holidays to see your auntie here.
Yes.
And you came, your auntie asked you to sell granuts.
Yes, that was my occasion.
But in whom do you sell granuts?
No, I don't sell granuts.
I just want us to be going gradually into understanding the why I have to bring this conversation to the congregation and in the presence of God. Hallelujah. She does not sell granuts in the village. Coming here now, they ask her to sell granuts. The grace of God for her is on what? School. She is entering another domain, which is what? Business. And she is not, God cannot cover her there. The grace of God cannot cover. She must mismanage the grace of God, because when the trials and temptation of that field comes up, she must fall inside, because she does not know them. And what is one of the trials? Students who is going to Form 4, coming for just holidays, is just 3 months, enters into proposal for what? I want us to be very attentive to hear what I mean by don't mismanage God's grace. Ne mangez pas la grâce de Dieu. So the man told you he wants to marry you. How old are you, auntie?
I'm 19 years old.
You are 19 years old.
Yes.
Did you know the man's age?
The man told me he was 35 years. Unfortunately, I found out that he was 42 years.
He told you he was 35.
Yes.
Unfortunately for him, you finally found out that he was 42. Are you the first child of your father?
Yes.
You are the first child.
Yes.
Meaning the man should equally be like your father. Let us be very candid. I want us to learn. I want us to learn. These are things that are happening to us every day. Student, 19 years, meeting a father of 42 years for marriage. She does not even have ordinary level, not to talk of any other thing. She is to stop her school because of a man of what? Okay, go ahead. Yes? When she said like that, you went and told your auntie.
When he said like that, when I asked the man that, the answer said that.
Talk louder.
That the thing about it, the man said, what have I taken? That I said yes, and I accepted.
You accepted?
Yes, so I went back to the village. I told my father. My father said I'm a student. How can I go and get married to a man? And he asked me the man what the man is doing. I said the man was a controller of the work here in Douala.
Controller of what work?
He was just a guardian.
He was just a guardian. Okay. Yes? We're hearing you.
So when I went, they gave me money for school fees. I spent it all.
Who gave you money? The man?
No, my auntie.
Your auntie?
Yes.
Gave you money to go back to the village and go to school?
Yeah.
You spend the money?
Yeah.
Where?
I use it. I bought things on the road.
Things like what?
I bought food stuff. I bought rice and gari and beans. When I went back, my father asked me what I was going to do with those things. I said, I did not say nothing. So my father was very confused. He asked me what is happening. I said, I don't know. Because unfortunately, he's not even paying my school fees. When I went to school, I don't want to even listen what I said.
Your father did not pay your school fees because you took the money and bought rice and beans.
Yes.
And he sent you to see your auntie because he knew that coming by your auntie will help him. And your auntie helped. You took the money to go and buy rice and gari and so on to go and eat in the village. Your father must be angry not to pay your school fees. If I'm not right, what is your father doing?
My father is a bike rider.
Your father is a motorbike rider.
Yes.
And what does your mother do?
My mother is a farmer.
Your mother is a farmer. I want you to listen. Yes?
When I go to school, when I think about the man, I will just leave school and go back to the house.
You think about the man, you leave school and go back to the house.
Yes.
To meet the man?
No, I will just go back to the house and my father asked that what is happening. I will say, we don't have to.
You told lies to your parents. Are you seeing how we mismanage God's grace? I don't know whether we're understanding this point now. This is how we mismanage what? God's grace. Okay, it continued like that. What happened?
Unfortunately, the thing was getting too bad. I left the house. I went to the bush for 3 days.
You left the house, went to the bush for 3 days.
Yes. They found my father asked that what was the problem. I said the problem is only to solve if I will go back to the man.
You told the father that your problem is that they should make you go back to the man.
Yes.
And what did you want your parents to do so that you go back to the man? Give you transport? Pay you the bride price for the man?
No, go back to them. Give me transport to go and see the man.
To give you transport to come here and see the man.
So now I saw something and I saw my father sent me to the market to sell. So I sell was plantains. I took half of the money. I came to my auntie in Bamenda. So when I came, I told my auntie that I want to go to school. He called my father and said that he told my father that my father should not be afraid that I'm with her. And my father was happy that I would just go there or continue my school. So one day I just stood up and just looked for money. I just came down here.
You also ran again from your auntie and came to Douala?
Yes. I came directly to the man. I find the man that came and took me in the car. When I came here, he took me the first day, he took me to a church. The church I could not even understand what they were saying there. It was just a small church. Then they were praying, I don't even understand. So I told the man that I can no more attend the church. So the man, when I refused that we won't go to church, the man said that I've said that and we wish. That's why I don't want to come there again. Because I was a Catholic. So after that I was working with the woman.
How did you start working with the woman?
It's a neighbor that came and told me that there's a work, that there's a or somebody that I should come.
Now when you were staying with that man, when you go and you start working?
Yeah, I was still staying with the man.
Yes?
So I went there and I saw the work I was working.
What was the work?
It was to safety.
To safety?
Yes.
In the restaurant?
Yes. So I was doing it. Then the man was very angry. But the man was no more doing nothing. They sacked the man from work. And stole something from them.
They sang him that he stole something from the work?
Yes.
Yes?
Anytime when there was that trouble, he came to come home and teach me that I have to wish. I don't want to attend what he's saying.
Do you know what is happening here now? The grace is no more on her. The grace, the man too that was there never had the grace. Because the man too mismanaged God's grace. She too mismanaged God's grace. Two problems joined together. One plus one. It became more than the man now. And the more than even the woman. They had to have that type of problem. And that is what many of us are facing today. You just go do this, do that, you just fall into something, bam, this is my wife. You start like, oh, this is my woman, and this is my husband, sorry. Many of us are facing this same challenge. Just hear this girl's story, 19 years. Getting married to whom? A 42 years father. A difference of how many years? 23 years. I want to talk this because I want us to hear the meaning of how to mismanage God's grace. Many of us started just like this. And now if God is not there like now, that God is trying to see this our own case, where do you think she's driving to? This is all about her life. Where is she going to? Now she's already been trying to say she's selling for a woman. Where do you stay?
I started in second.
How much does the woman pay you?
The woman paid
15,000. You rent a house of how much?
9,000.
I want you to hear this words we are talking here. Where do you stay and where do you work?
I work at Port Carbon. I stay at second.
Meaning you pay at least transport a day.
Yes.
Let's just say 100 to go, 100 to come. That's 200. 200 times 30 days is how much? 6,000. 6,000 plus 9,000 is how much? 15,000. Therefore, she does not eat. Therefore, you sleep on the floor.
Yes, I don't have a bed yet.
You don't have a bed yet. Do you even cook?
No.
She does not have a stove, not to talk of a mattress. And you sleep on the floor. Think of what can come in like sickness. What can come in like another problem. Now, what happened that you had not to separate with the man? Why are you not living with the man?
I did not want to keep with the man because I was not.
Talk louder.
I was not feeling fine. I said I will no more live with the man. The man can harm me.
Talk louder.
I said the man can harm me. I no more live with the man.
Why? Why did you think a man can harm you?
Because anytime the man will make us see have mental.
Okay. The man will make as if he has mental. But you were getting married to him, you did not know he behaves like that.
I did not even know what I was doing because in school I was doing very well.
I want you to listen, please. When we learn, we'll stop somewhere so that we can learn. Yes?
I did not even know what I was doing because in school I was doing very well. Even my parents are surprised.
How long are you in Douala?
I'm now for six months.
You are making 6 months in Douala, then you ran from the village.
Yes.
You stay with the man for how long?
It was just 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Yes.
So you left and you started going to stay where you are renting for 9,000 for, let's just say, 3 months or 3.5 or 4 months now. Now, what happened that the man knew that you were going, he left you or you ran away?
I said I'm going. He said I can go, but I don't want to follow what he said.
And what does he want to say?
When I took my things, I wanted to call the next day without forgetting my pants. Now when I came,
Louder.
I came that the man have taken the things away.
You are innerways.
Yes. So I called for the neighbor to come and ask the man to give me. The man said I did not do anything. I did not even see anything. Since the day, now it's 5 months that I've never seen my period.
It's 5 months, you've never seen your period. Okay, just see this situation now. We are not able to identify this type of a situation. Okay, imagine now this girl just left that day, went away. Just went back to the house like this and go. Do you think she will say she came somewhere? Even the woman who brought her, I'm sure she sat down here, her prayer was just that, please God, see this, relocate this woman, relocate this girl. If I'm right. Because knowing that immediately God sees her through, something must happen. You see now, my bringing her, le fait que j'ai décidé que ce problème soit redressé devant Dieu, c'est parce que c'est plus grand que moi. Ce problème que j'ai en train de parler est plus grand que ma force physique. Voilà pourquoi je veux que c'est Dieu qui doit parler et c'est Dieu qui doit nous dire exactement ce que nous allons faire. Parce que si nous prenons cela avec l'intelligence, nous allons tomber dans le même problème. Hallelujah. So now, since the man left you, you've not seen your period. You say it's 5 months today. And why did you not go to the hospital to see whether you are pregnant or not?
I've checked it almost 3 times. They said nothing is happening to me.
They say you are just okay. Now, do you talk with your parents?
I don't yet talk with my parents.
Now, what I want is, I want to call your husband. So that we arrange the marriage now. It should be before the pastor. What do you say? I want to call the man so that we'll talk about the marriage now. What do you say? Are you ready so that we call the man?
I don't want to be with the man. The man has destroyed my life.
The man has destroyed your life. So now you know the man has destroyed your life. Okay, children of God, let us see, these are cases before us like that. Imagine now that this type of a girl, you will be seeing her in the, on the street. She's saying she took some few dresses. I think this is the best dress she took amongst the dresses. Oh, there's another good one, Auntie?
No, this is the best one.
That's why you see last Sunday she was with it. This Sunday again. Meaning even other areas she goes, she will be there with this dress. And now, look at her age. If we don't go deeply to see what to do so as to restore her back into their family, a poor Bensikin rider and a poor farmer, bringing up a child like this so that the child can become something tomorrow and help them. The child too falls into love affair. Not even fine love affair, like love affair. Mismanage the grace of God over her life and become used. You come to the town here. You have many people like this, half educated, Form 4, Form 3. Some went to Form 5, they did not even write the GCE. Why? Because things like this happen. Not her doing it, but the devil. So, What I want to say is that when we mismanage the grace of God upon our lives, quand nous mangeons la grâce de Dieu qui est sur notre vie, les choses comme ça nous arrivent. Il y a des gens ici qui ne travaillent plus là où ils travaillaient hier. Juste parce qu'un ami est venu les flatter que viens déposer tes dossiers ici. Ils ont demandé que donne-moi une lettre de démission. Ils viennent déposer. Il part, il prend le travail là-bas, il ne fait pas 2 mois. Aujourd'hui, il n'a pas de travail. What will you say? That it is God's doing? This is devil's doing. It's devil's doing. Okay. I think the matter we've heard of. We need to talk, see her auntie, the people who brought her here. So this week we want to see the people who brought her here. The auntie she came and she was living with. You need to go on your knees before them. They need to forgive you. And they need to say their words to you before any other dimension will take again ahead. Okay. I think that is what the Lord has to say.
Just immediately after the service, joy of the Lord began as Mildred was blessed with top quality dresses and shoes by some sisters of the church that changed her life completely. Watch her joy that day.
Mildred, I'm here to testify what happened to me. The Lord brought me here to save me, and I'm very, very happy. Thank God. And what also happened to me is that after church, there were 2 sisters in this church that God located me to them, and they took me to their house and gave me dresses when I said I don't have anything. So I'm very happy and thank you.
Is that one of the dresses you're wearing now?
Yes.
Let's clap for Jesus. It's not done by me, but those who also listen to the word of God and they want to prove it in action.
I will tell people that are listening to me that without God, your problem cannot be solved. So I want them to bow down for God. Because I'm very grateful. I could not believe that would change like today. And I will save Lord forever. I will believe God forever.
Okay.
Hallelujah. God is able. You will stand in the temple, and many lives will be transformed. My house will be called the house of prayer for all nations. Teach my people the good conduct I have prescribed to you in this prophetic book. I'm that I am, the advocate, so that the chief judge will not condemn them on the last day.
Praise the Lord. You're all welcome. So, I'm happy you honored my invitation. Equally, I'm happy too that the Lord has relocated all of us together. Remember, we're not here for fight, but rather we are here for unity. I hope we've taken enough time to watch exactly what happened that time. I never knew you, you never knew me. But I think today the Lord has forced us to know ourselves through one person. And remember that it's the same way the Lord did to the only seed that he had. And that seed was Jesus Christ. That many people all over the world today are united, calling themselves believers because of that seed. Meaning, the only seed that the Lord has placed between all of us, you and I together, all these people in this family, we need to handle that seed the way that others too can benefit of it, like we benefited from Jesus. Nothing good comes easy. You are welcome. Okay. Let's get her. Introduce yourself and then you introduce those beside you for us to hear.
My name is Bob Matre. Here beside me is my
Show them so that we see them. Yes?
Here beside me is my mom.
Yes?
And here is my father. And this one is my uncle's wife.
Yeah.
And here is my auntie in Texaco.
Yes. Okay, this is the auntie in Texaco.
Here's my father's wife.
That's your father's wife. Yes, you left somebody behind.
Anya is the mother that I
Okay, that's the mother you live with. Praise the Lord. I think we know all of them now. Okay. So, I think we will not have much time to waste, sir, because we've heard nearly everything. It's the Lord's doing. Some weeks ago, I think I'm happy I received this other family here. And I vehemently told them I want to meet nearly everybody so that we can iron out this problem once and for all. I am very happy that the Lord saved her soul. No matter what we are talking today, if she was no more alive, we will not talk. So long as she is alive, we need to still talk because life continues. Nobody hasn't made a mistake. All of us, we've made mistakes. So that is where we start from our mistake to ask God to forgive our own mistakes too. If God has allowed our mistakes to be exposed, it's because God wants us, each and everyone, to see his or our own part he played somewhere else or in her life that is wrong. Remember, no sin is bigger or smaller before Jesus. Every sin is sin. So, Auntie, I thank you very well because you accepted her to stay with you. And you did your possible best by giving her the means to go back home. If I want to ask, did you know that she went home and came back to Douala?
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
I did not know that it has gone to flesh and come back here.
Thank you.
Then her mother called my big sister in there and told her that I'm too wicked. Her son is here in Douala 2 months ago. I did not chase for her. I called her mother now and asked her. Her mother has already changed her number. I didn't know the new number. I called my big sister and asked her that I beg for that new number that he has called you there. My big sister has given me the number. I called her mother. Her mother told me that Mildred is in Douala 2 months ago, 2.5 months. I told him that, do you know the place? He said, no. It's you in Douala who will go and find for her. I said, okay, my sister, thank you. I once sounded like that because my son is studying in Staff College. He met a neighbor there, a girl there. The girl said that Nita is living in our house. My son come and told me that, Mommy, I have seen a person that is living with you. I will go and show you. I asked her that, do you know their house? He said, yes. As they are going to school, he is from 5. Saturday, he went to school. It's one Sunday like that. I get up at 5 o'clock. I told her that you will go and show me that house. We go in the roads. As I went like that, Mitra have seen me, he run away. I met the mother, the child of that mother. He told me that you is not. He asked me that by the way, you be who? I said, where? I be you, Midwest, auntie. I want to come and take Midwest.
Is it this mother you're talking about? Or
no,
different one?
Different one.
Okay.
The neighbor that the Midwest was married beside him. As the husband started to beating Midwest, he was the one taking Midwest. He told me that no, Midwest is not living again there. He has gone and rent. I said, rent? He said, yes. I said, how old is Midwest to go and rent a house? I beg, go and show me the house. We went there. We see the landlord. We did not see Midwest. As we were coming up, we saw a little boy like this. The boy talked to the mother that, I've seen Midwest. You people are finding Midwest. I've seen Midwest come. As I'm coming down with water, I see Midwest. That woman started running. He ran suitable and reached in the road. He did not see Midwest. He told me that, come and sit here. I go to the house and sit down. He run over the quarter and see Midwest and see Midwest. I asked Midwest that, hey, you see me and started running. He said, no, auntie, I did not see you. I said, where? Your mother have called my big sister and said that you are here. it's why that I'm coming to find for you. Let us go to my house and stay together. Anytime that you want to go to village, I will send you to the village. He told me that no, he will not come now. He want that the landlord should give her money because there's no way. The day that I went there, he was ill. I said, well, pack your thing and keep to this mother and keep the house empty. If they take the house, the landlord will back your money and you will pack your thing there and come to the house. I go and see the house. It was only closes with tents, no pan, no stove, no pot, no nothing. I said, where? I started crying on the way. I said, where? See how my kids suffer. When they are there alive, mommy they alive, papa they alive. If you bring for the kids, it suffers so. That woman told me, well, don't cry, don't cry. Calm down. He told me that I will not come today to your house. I will go to church. There is a neighbor here who has said that we should go to church. I said, okay. Even tomorrow, try and come to the house. I said, okay. I knew on Monday like that, I see them two coming. He told me that they need me in that church. I said, where? Which time? He told me that the church is started at 8 o'clock. Closing at 12 o'clock. I said, okay, I will be there. That Sunday, that woman come with him. He told me that, don't ask them. I'm coming that it's a man of God who has sent me to you. I said, okay, I will come. It won't be that Sunday morning. I will wash. I want to see my sister begin to wait on born for village. They will bring her two for me. I surprised. I said, where? They have invited me. I will go like that with this baby. The baby was 2 weeks ago. I said, okay, next coming week I will go. I'm calling her number now. It's not fine for ask her if it's still possible for me to come to the church. I didn't know her. I didn't know her again. That is why I stayed suited for today.
Okay, thank you so much, Auntie. We're happy. I think you express your mind. You could not allow your daughter to suffer like that. It's because you two did not know. It's okay. Everybody can fall into such a problem. If I'm all right. Yes, but if you are present today and we are here today, it's because we know that we did not know and we want to know today. So that is where I say we must start from somewhere to reach somewhere. Okay, Uncle, are you people living here in Douala? You are living here in Douala. Okay, I'll come back to you. Okay, Mama, how are you? I say, how for you? No, half for village.
No, I did fine. How for you?
Oh, they're fine. Okay. So I don't call you for ask and say, you know, you say this pikin, now you're pikin.
Yes.
Before they come out village, they tell you which side they go.
He not tell you none of God.
They not tell you.
So he come out for us
where you just born this small one.
Yes, one he goes from where I did 2 weeks.
Where you get 2 weeks, where you bought 2 weeks, where you born pikin.
Yes. I send my sister, me they go say. They go
Planting.
say. Yes. They be telling me go say now. Pumpkin leaf.
Okay, pumpkin leaf.
Jama. They go say. They want come back way, I know where. So I be only there for room. I call that his small sister. They ask, they say around 6 o'clock. So that needed, they don't come back. It's nice, say they never come back. If you think they want don't wash and if I only there for outside, first for move and meet day. So they come back around that 8 o'clock. Me they no can salon me for my room. Now if follow back can salon me. Then I talk for that if follow back say me go make me some pap now drink. Say how will they go so fever become for my skin.
Yes.
So I don't try way for boy talk for town.
Yes.
Say where you buy one cap and me buy him next.
Yes.
I know be see me dress up for eye.
Okay. So time wey don go so after they tell you side wey dey.
They no be tell me we go na for night. So we find you no see you.
With the other pikin wey you na you dey go, e dey remain for house.
Yes.
He come leave you for house before he go.
Yeah, he go na time wey we don sleep. Whether we don cook all the kitchen, he too don cook the chop.
Yes.
He can sleep for him room. Then we come na that time. Go
like that.
So we just suspect.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, but Mildred, ever told you about some man where they get to marry him?
How will you come back for days?
Mm-hmm.
If you can't talk, say some man want marry you.
What do you will talk?
I talk for you, say me, I don't like, I say me married when you never get certificate. How will you want right, you want go from me must get certificate. So people want marry.
Thank you so much. You know why I like him? It's a good thing. You talk like mommy and you try to guide it way to way your own dignity and papa. But this was no problem. You know this woman.
Yes, I know you and I buy when me just go with you.
Thank you. I want to hear that one. Let's clap for Jesus. Thank you so much. Because everything where we talk here, limit between you and this woman. Now why I call her? I hope you know what you are to talk very well.
Thank you, man of God.
Thank you. So, children of God, you see, there are things if we do not talk, like I said here, si nous ne parlons pas de la manière réelle, ça va créer le problème. Et le problème dedans, c'est quoi? Le problème dedans, c'est que chaque chose qui commence bien, finit comment? Mildred, come on, begin stay with this woman. Where they are old?
5 years.
Where they 5 years.
Yes.
He leave this woman where they are old.
We don't mature, and we don't big.
Where don't big.
Yes.
What happen when you leave this woman?
Me just get better. He move on. Nearly to die. So before I wait, mommy and pa, the struggle so they need the way. So they send you now. The pa of me they send you for village. Me can be with you. Me continue
School. But you know, say these people for this can make continue school now. If they don't bring you up from for class 5 right to that big age when me the fee from 5 years when me the fee be for position where if he take belly, that means say after when they don't suffer with me there, still 3 years they obviously make me the make go for school. Not so.
Not true, man of God.
But what happen? My question I say what happen when me the car come up for house for village because this woman, if I don't know her, I don't know you, but this woman, what way they inside her big past the one way you talk now, because she's accused. Upon all what way you don't try for do. When I tell me then because according to when now you sell. Do you know what they talk? That means say when I abuse ye, that's when I be looking like say it don't be mommy because if it be mommy me they not for be with belly. And now when you two you be mommy, how many the two come up for us? I don't know whether we are understanding ourselves. You must be very calm. If we don't iron this point the right way, it will still go back. Remember, it is from one stage to another. Ye two today, it be accused. Say me the day for Douala. So they leave me the work and they make Aquana. The same like if they accuse you too. The same like they accuse you too. Now, how this thing will continue? Which place they will stop them? That's why I wanted at once to make your master day here. It's very true. Say you don't do wrong. But the greatest wrong, they na for house. It will not move. They talk for pigeons say gas where the gas for house is smell too much. Not in a so it be. This one na gas for house. Now you where they smell like this. If you be shave or stay for village now so you say me they don't go back for the house. How you go feel? I mean for their party house.
I will feel fine.
But if you will feel fine so how you go call this woman? Upon all this way happen, you don't call this woman for talk for you say that your meeting. You don't come on my hand again.
Yes, man of God.
You call her. Yes. They talk for you say what?
You say it be fine way. If you can talk say me you could leave me there. Me come back for you.
Madam, I congratulate you. I congratulate you very much. I want to say you should look a space in your heart and you forgive. Persecution comes out of ignorance. Do you ever know that? Yes. If somebody knows exactly what you are doing, he will not persecute you. Somebody can only talk bad about you when he does not know exactly what is in the deep of your heart. So when they talk bad about somebody, it's because people do not know or they don't see exactly what that person is doing. But spiritually, you might still be doing good. Are you understanding me? Yes. I'm saying like this because through this child's blessing, you can be a mother. Do you hear what I'm saying? Through this child's blessing, you can be a mother. You are a good woman. Your husband too, a good man. But let us not take this problem, because this problem almost scattered this family. This is, you see now, the truth moves gradually and it is still coming back. Who is now a bad mother? That's the question that is up. And if I say who is not a bad mother, what I want to say here is who is able to handle a child well? The person who delivers the child or somebody who does not deliver the child? We will see that anybody can handle anybody's child well. Let us not use this idea that my own. Children are for all of us. Am I right? If it was not for all of us, she couldn't have handled it. The same like all of them. So I want you to forgive Mama and the husband. It's true they are your in-laws. The same like the brother is your husband's brother. But you now your wives. You are Banya. And Banya's case is quite different. The father up to today, I wanted that he should be here because he also needs to tell you, my wife, I am sorry. But if he has not done that, let's accept it in my behalf. I want you to say, I am standing for the father to say, forgive what we said before taking this child. So that let the light shine and this child go ahead. I hope we are understanding ourselves. And then, sir, I think you need to be glad of having this type of a wife. She's good for the family, and not your own, but the entire family. She's a mother and a model. So no matter what the situation may be, misinterpretation can come. But let us not forget how it started. Where we started is always very important in life.
The Lord is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
The Lord is good.
I'm so very happy to be here today. Since Nita left my house, I've never been. I'm always full. Because before she came to my house, I have second son. He made an accident and his leg was
His leg was amputated, yes.
So she came when she was around that 5 years. That was a very good friend to my son. Nobody ever knew that Miguel is somebody's daughter. They knew that Miguel was my last daughter. Not even a family, she never knew nobody. Even the auntie, she never knew. And none of the mother family came to my house to see whether, but they knew that the child was with me. None of them ever came. Even the very first time the mother came, she was calling her auntie. I told her. The mother did that and the mother, she refused until when I came and told her, this is she. Now I met the mommy, there's an auntie that has come to the house. I said, no. When I came, I said, this is your mother. She said, is that true? I said, yes, this is your mother. You just a stepmother. This also is my sister-in-law son. When she wanted to die, she told her when she died, let this child be very small.
Yes.
I brought it up until I put in a tray, it's now working, and this is
the wife. Oh, thank God. That's wonderful.
When all this happened, when Miguel grew up with me, all this happened, it wasn't my intention to take Miguel back to the village. When the mother heard that Miguel was sick, she never knew what she was doing because I never told her anything. I wanted to be confidential because if it was my own daughter, I would not expose her that way.
To the world, yes.
So the mother sent message to me, telling me that I've sent her out and tried to be walking my own child.
And who you are hearing now?
Until the child is sick and I'm able to take care of the child, she has not taken care of blood. I think this auntie is person. She came to my house. She sent her to come and give me that message. Unfortunately, she came. I was not.
You were not.
I just came back and said she's lucky because if I should meet her, it would be a different thing. She was the one who came and saw what happened because she came when I was still going through the problem with her. She could not get up. I was the one to carry her. I was doing everything. When she came, she saw everything. Then she then called back the mother. Before the mother said, she told me if anything happened to her daughter, the place will be small for the both of us. And she sent her daughter. She never asked me to take care of her child. Or she was still alive. So I was afraid. If it happens now, she dies. Because even my own son, if my son was somebody, or my sister, my brother, and it happened like that, I always say they never take care of it. That's what happened. Unfortunately, it happened with me until everything went like that. I said, well, before this child was born, she was crying and weeping. I said, Mommy, I will not go. I told her like that. I don't have any choice. And I'm very, very happy today. And I'm very proud. I want to see her every day that she wants her.
That is wonderful. Okay, imagine now we just take this child and pass it like a bitali, or whether it's a what? Cocoa, and we throw it to the mother. These grudges in this family, how will it ever cease? It will not. At all, it will not. So, Mama, you are well done. Thank you so much. So what I said is, let us come, all of you come like this, we talk. I could have sent people to come back to the village to see her, but they will not solve all this problem. It needs that everybody here should be satisfied. We exchange, share our opinions, and then come out of the crisis so that the peace can start reigning in this house. So what I wanted to say here is, let's forget the past. Let's forget the past. Mildred is too young to get married to a 42-year-old man. If I'm right, is she not too young to do that job? She's young. And I think making her to go back to school may be of help to the family too. Not only herself, but the whole family. So, what we said is, after we finish from here, we will sit down together. I just want us to conclude here and we'll make our forgiveness. So, she will humble herself to both of you. Each of you will forgive her. I know she had offended you by telling lies that you two did not give money, because normally she did not tell the truth. The same like telling lies to, whereas it's her useless, is her character, that God will change that type of character. So she will beg forgiveness, you will go forgive her. And then Mama, you will also beg forgiveness of this Romania. Tell her mistakes everybody can do, so that we start a new life from here. If we are not able to ask somebody to forgive us, God too cannot forgive us. So we start from here. This is where the main problem started now, before going to this way.
I'm begging for your forgiveness. Sorry for everything that's happened.
Okay. That is good. Go to your mother. Your mother here. You finish with your other mother.
My dear mommy, I'm very sorry for what happened. I'll never do it.
That's it. That's it.
Dear mommy, I'm very sorry for what took place. It was not my fault.
Remember, you abandoned her in the house with 2 months, 2 weeks birth. Hallelujah. Mama, this is your closest friend. I want you people to just meet together and just go there. Yes. Thank you so much. I think we were talking, Pat hasn't said a word. He may not have much to say. Just a word, sir.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yes, as the man of God has just said, I don't have the Lord. I just say, I thank people like you, because it's not even all over the world, there are many churches, but God knows how He manifests. So, with the patient, everything, everybody is seated for so long, I believe it's something the man of God has been.
Thank you so much. Hallelujah. As simple and as clear as that. So, sir, I will say you both just sit down. When we finish the service, as family now, we'll have the conclusion. This one does not concern the church now. The church will only come to hear what we've concluded. This is family matters now. Yes, that's what. God bless all of you. God bless all of you. Praise the Lord.
8 months later, Mom Mildred came back to Temple Court's House of Prayer for All Nations, this time testifying the safe delivery of her baby got out of the controversy. Listen to her testimony.
Ça, c'est un problème très délicat, n'est-ce pas? Il y a quelqu'un de ce domaine juridique, loi, je peux dire avocat, magistrat, policier, gendarme. Si il y a quelqu'un de ce domaine, s'il vous plaît, vous vous levez. Je voulais poser une question. Si vous êtes là, levez-vous. Ok, merci. Il y a quelqu'un de ce côté aussi. Ok, merci. Oui, restez comme ça. Oui. Oui. S'il vous plaît, monsieur, je voulais poser cette question. Ce genre de situation, que quelqu'un a pris un enfant de 19 ans, il a grossi l'enfant et après, il a abandonné cet enfant. Et l'enfant se trouve maintenant dans ce genre de situation. Quelle action juridique que nous pouvons prendre?
My name is Francis Melone, retired commissaire divisionnaire à l'Institut de police fiscale.
Ok.
Normalement, pour un cas comme ça, il faudra d'abord saisir les affaires sociales.
Les affaires sociales.
À travers donc, les affaires sociales, on va essayer de bien comprendre le problème. Et ce sont les affaires, parce que plus souvent, ces affaires sociales sont rattachées au commissariat, au commissariat de police.
Oui.
Donc on a un bureau au commissariat central, par exemple, à Douala,
Oui.
où il y a un bureau des affaires sociales. Donc, lorsqu'on présente un cas comme ça, c'est cette personne responsable de ce bureau qui présente donc le cas à la police. La police donc peut ouvrir une enquête.
Oui.
Et lorsque la police peut ouvrir une enquête, la police saisit donc le procureur de la République pour lui informer de ce cas. Et c'est la police qui serait donc responsable de rechercher l'individu concerné pour l'entendre, le mettre en cellule, et si le procureur demande, on le défère. Pour le cas d'espèce, 19 ans, elle est mineure. Il y a une différence là. Lorsqu'on est mineur de 18 ans,
Ils disent que son ami a 42 ans.
non, c'est un adulte. C'est un adulte. C'est-à-dire, lorsqu'on a 18 ans et moins, c'est plus grave que lorsqu'on a moins de 21 ans. Dans tous les cas, elle est considérée comme mineure et on peut monter une affaire contre le vieux de 42 ans.
Ok. Bon, ma question maintenant c'est ceci. À ce temps-là que les enquêtes et ce processus est en cours, où est cette fille?
Normalement, lorsque cette affaire est en cours, ça regarde dans le domaine des affaires sociales. C'est-à-dire, l'affaire sociale doit aller jusqu'à demander où est-ce que vous habitez, qui s'occupe de vous, est-ce que vous avez les moyens de subsistance. En principe, ces affaires sociales doivent s'occuper d'elle pendant cette période. On ne la met pas en cellule. L'affaire sociale va même aller jusqu'à l'amener à l'hôpital, en principe, pour faire un test pour voir s'il y a vraiment cette grossesse, si elle n'a pas la maladie vénérienne. C'est-à-dire, on la prend en charge. Mais ça dépend de l'individu qui s'occupe de ce bureau. On peut trouver une personne aussi qui n'est pas une personne de Dieu, qui s'en fout qui ne fait pas le travail normal.
Mais après cela, le service social maintenant, disons, s'il met main sur le monsieur va payer. Et s'il ne met pas les mains sur le monsieur, qui paye à la longue?
Non, dès l'instant que l'affaire quitte l'affaire, en fait, si c'est au niveau des affaires sociales, et que ce bureau décide à régler ça à l'amiable, entre guillemets, ça peut se régler là et la police ne serait jamais au courant. Ça veut dire donc à ce moment-là, le bonhomme de 42 ans, on va peut-être aller jusqu'à voir où sont ses parents, peut-être faire venir les parents, on essaie de voir si peut arranger ça à l'amiable. Mais comme si ça traverse, ça va au commissariat et ça arrive à la justice, le règlement ne peut se faire qu'à la justice. À ce moment-là, c'est la prison. Bon, qu'est-ce qui va se faire? Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire de la fille? Ça dépend de ce que la justice décide, ce que l'affaire sociale va décider à ce moment-là.
Wow. Have you heard? God knows why. Tell your neighbor. Say, God knows her better. God knows her better. Dieu la connaît mieux. Can you see it? This is Hannah with a baby. She's just from birth. And now the question is, how has she gone through right to the level of birth without the father of the child, without this, without the parents and so on? Not so? And that is the mother she's staying with now today as you just watch here. So let's hear from her now.
Hallelujah.
God is there.
God is with because God has done miracle in my life. My name is God Mildred Zoom. I'm from Esenge. I'm here to testify the goodness of God in my life. As we have all watched what happened in the city, that before I arrived in temple called Prayer for All Nations, I was like a stone rejected, nowhere to be found. I really thank God because the mother that took me here, that brought me here, and my life today is changed. So before I want to thank God, I want to say what happened there in the city, it was the work of the devil, but now I know the way out has come. I thank God. I have two testimonies to present. The first testimony, I want to first thank the man of God, my daddy, everything to me. He saved me from darkness. He removed me out from darkness. It's everything to me. My husband, my father, everything. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to offer. But I would say God will still provide him and give him the power to guide my friends. And guide those who are also passing through my problems that I pass through. I thank God. Because it saved me by touching me, by making me to feel the thought of God. I thank God. And before I want to say this, I will also thank the God of the people of Temple God of the elders that have helped me to give me things. My mothers that are here that help me with things. I cannot even mention them. Dresses and more, many things I cannot mention. The second testimony go like this. Before I did not even know that I was pregnant, as I said that in the cassette, that I was 5 months without seeing my period. I did not know that I was pregnant. So unfortunately, my daddy said I should be taken to the hospital to check up, but that is not a normal thing. On reaching there, the doctor said I was pregnant, 5 months pregnant. I was shocked. I did not know what to do. My mother standing beside me here said, "So you know you were pregnant?" I said, "No, mommy. I don't know that I was pregnant." So we coming here every day, the father was touching me. I feel sometimes I will vomit, sometimes I will be manifesting, something will be just making as if I don't know. But I thank God because touching me like that, it was improving me in the house of Lord. I thank God, and I will continue worshiping God because what I've been today. Yesterday I was in darkness, but today I'm under the light. I'm in light because when it reached the time when I was supposed to go to bed, I did not even know anything. I just feel pains in my stomach. I told my mother that I feel some sharp pains. He said, "You just know that it's normal pains, and that it was Saturday, the prayer night we were supposed to come. So that Saturday prayer night, the devil interrupted. I was saying because we just sleep and we wanted to wake up, so that the time that we wake up will just be the time that we will come to prayer. But when I slept, I get up. I went to call the TV Joshua channel when he was praying. When I locked the door and I off the light, that was already 12 o'clock night. That is when I felt some time, but I did not feel any pain in my stomach that time. It was just as if somebody had come and get me up. I just felt myself in the parlor and I wanted to.
Okay, hallelujah. I think all this narration is quite not important now, not so? So what we want to ask is, did you deliver your child safely?
Before I wanted to deliver the child, so I went on Sunday morning, the pains were too much, and in the evening, they took me to the hospital. The nurse said I should wait a bit. The child is coming.
We've said, did you deliver your child safely or they operated you?
I delivered the child safely through living water ground. Living water ground helped me.
Okay.
Because the doctor was just saying that I have again some hours. Let me wait. My mother here helped me very much. I want to appreciate what you did to me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hallelujah.
Let's hear from mom. Just brief, please. Not so.
I want to thank the medium of living water ground. When I took her to the hospital, that was about 3 a.m. When we got there, they touched her. They said she was at 5 finger. Later on, they told me she's now at 3 finger. I was confused. I just went down on my knees. I was with my sister. We started praying. For more than 45 minutes, we got up. She was lying on the bed. I went directly to her mouth and brought some living water ground in her mouth, in her stomach, and sprinkled some. Then they told me that she's having a very tight service. Yeah, she's having a very tight service. They want to give her first level. I said no. Living water ground is going to do it for her. The doctor asked me, what is living water ground? I said, doctor, just be patient, you will see what will happen here. So time to time, I was going to the bed where she was lying. Applying the living water ground, put some in her mouth, in her cervix, and in her stomach. So whenever I go to the bed and put it in her mouth, you will see her she will be manifesting a type on the bed. So when she will become, after what is happening, she will tell me, mommy, it's just as if you are come and pluck oil on me. Mommy, please, don't put it again in my mouth. Don't put it again in my cervix. I said, I'll do it. So when she told me like that, that is when the battle began. We began now administering the living water ground in her service, minute by minute, until a moment came when she was shouting, she was under pain. My eyes were closed, and my sister, I said, the battle has begun, you devil. You are a liar. The moment has come that the living water ground must do his work now. Living water, perform your work. Living water, I have seen your miracles in my church. So you will not, you devil, you will not disappoint me. As I was saying like that, I was just drinking the living water in her setting all over her body. The baby just came out. Bam, out of her head. The doctor said, not only they on the flesh. That's how the baby came out.
Okay, that's wonderful. We thank God. So what is the sex of your baby? Your baby is a boy. Have you informed your parents?
Yes, I've informed them. They said they are coming.
Okay, they are coming. Yeah. Hallelujah. So that I think we've seen now the end of it. We are united with the parents. We are united with her. The baby is alive. So, Mr. Commissioner, I don't know whether God's solution is different now from or is the same.
No, I mean there are no words we can use here. I mean it's the best solution.
It's the best solution. You see, the child is there. We are waiting. The day the honor, the father comes. I mean, we sit down together and talk. We don't know. Maybe he is married somewhere. Yes, he will still need to see the child, but he's not married. She needs to go back to school. She will be what God says she's supposed to be. Okay. God protect you and the baby in Jesus' name. Amen. That is it.
You are watching God is Able TV. Hallelujah. God is able. Hallelujah. God is able. You will stand in the temple, and many lives will be transformed. My house will be called the house of prayer for all nations. Teach my people the good conduct I have prescribed to you in this prophetic book. I'm that I am, the advocate, so that the chief judge will not condemn them on the last day.